Have you heard of the CERN machine? Yes, CERN, CERN machine, found in CERN, Switzerland. This machine is said to be a particle accelerator. Okay? Combining the energy of protons, electrons, and the speed of light. Okay? With the ideals to recreate the God particle and also to reconstruct the particles of the universe. Now, for those of us that have heard of the CERN machine, we also have heard of the rumors that are surrounding the CERN machine. We have heard of the rumors of destruction. They say not only does the God particle hold the power to destroy the universe, but it's also been said that the universe has already been destroyed back in 2008, and we have been living in an alternate reality, a parallel universe, one different from the timeline that we have been born in. This is where you get the Mandela effect from. Okay? Yes, the CERN machine has many rumors. Some of them have even said that the bridge between dimensions that protect us from the thought realm, that protect us from the spiritual realm, that holds rules and obligations that they cannot cross. This is why you can't see ghosts. This is why you can't see spirit. It is said that this machine seeks to not only bridge these dimensions, but also destroy the doors that separate them. Okay? And this machine is gaining a lot of attention. So I want to go into some rumors, and I already mentioned a few rumors. Another one is the fact that this machine, once these dimensions are destroyed, demonic and malevolent energies are being welcomed into the earth. Yeah. Malevolent energies, demons, whatever you want to call it. Beings from other universes and realities allegedly can now come onto the earth through these bridges or through these doors. This is the CERN machine. If you haven't heard of the CERN machine, look into it and you'll see that there's a lot more rumor than there is fact. There is indeed a lot more rumor on the CERN machine than there is fact, and it seems like there is a lot of propaganda on the machine. And depending on your school of thought, depending on your founding philosophies of life, is going to determine how you view the CERN machine. This particle accelerator, that is. Okay? Now, although there are very little facts, there are way more rumors. They have created almost a CERN gate. You can go up the CERN rabbit hole if you follow the breadcrumbs. If you follow the CERN breadcrumbs, you'll be able to come to the same conclusions I've come to. Okay? Possibly even get to meet the bread maker. If you follow in the breadcrumbs, you've also heard things like someone looked into the CERN machine and say they allegedly seen the future of the current systems failing and a new era being ushered. Okay? It seems to me that, in my opinion, then this is just my opinion now. Okay? You should also take this with a grain of salt and do your own, not only your research, but do your own spiritual dichotomy. Okay? But nevertheless, it is in my opinion that not only is there propaganda on the CERN machine, but there is also romanticizing that is backing the propaganda. A lot of the rumors of war and the rumors of destruction is coming from a mindset of romanticizing the end. A lot of people have romanticized the end. They've been waiting for revelations ever since they was introduced to the four horsemen. A lot of people been romanticizing the end. Ever since they had the idea planted in them that a lot of their troubles can be over. Okay? A lot of what you're going through can be over. And you much more rather see the end to everything than just the end to you. Some people wanted to see the end of the universe. It's all over. The ever expounding frequency field of light and life, over. So I think CERN gate caters to a certain lowness that exists in people. We all have a lowness. We all have root chakra energy. Okay? We all have a rooting energy that wants to survive. And sometimes our survival instinct is to give up. This is fight or flight. Some of y'all are flighting, finna run away from life. Listen, it is in my opinion that CERN, you know, the particle accelerator, that we see in more rumors than we see in facts come out about this machine. They've just cut it off. Just a few days ago, they just cut the machine off. Okay? And the media is going wild with this information. Reports from different outlets and social platforms have all created different storylines to this CERN machine. Okay? That has a lot to do with nuclear activity. We're going to just say nuclear activity. Finishing the work of Einstein's and his theory of relativity that spoke on space-time and how can we create these wormholes or loopholes that bend space-time to the point we can travel from one point to another instantly. Okay? This is done via nuclear activity, which was already an experiment to destroy dimensions so that can happen. The nuclear bomb, that is, resonated on different dimensions, permeating through what you can see and what you cannot. Okay? So, the CERN machine has created a lot of storylines in people. People from religious backgrounds, people from atheist backgrounds. A lot of people have created their storylines. And it is, in my opinion, that people are romanticizing with the end. In those storylines, I see a pattern. And the pattern I see is there's not too many good things coming out of this particular area of conversation. There aren't too many good things. It is all destruction. And I have a saying, nothing can be the all of anything. Nothing can be the all. No one can be all wrong. No one can be all right. At best, there's percentage. Okay? So when I hear a lot of the rumors, speaking on the CERN machine, and I notice that all the rumors are negative. I sit and trace source. I am a researcher by trade. Researching isn't just taking rumors and what's on face. Isn't just taking what you hear for face value. The majority of humans not doing researching. They looking into what they find on social platforms. Research requires you to start from the source of things. Okay? Start from the philosophy or ideology of a thing when it began in thought before it materialized. And not just carry hearsay. Because the hearsay caters to a part of you that want to feel good, that wants to feel right. How many people like to feel right? I think all of us want to feel right at a certain point in time. And some people are so negative, they want to feel right about the end. They want to feel right about destruction. It is the destructive person inside of us that want to be right. We want to be right so much that we romanticize to the point we only see the negative. We fell in love with the idea that anything produced by science, anything produced by your governing parties is demonic. We fell in love with demons. Everything we see, everything we think is demons. And it is, in my opinion, all of this propaganda is taking our attention away from the real demons and the real devils and the real problems. And spoiler alert, if you didn't know, you are the real demon and you are the real devil. Yeah. You see, it's easy to just play the blame game. But can we share responsibility with the people who also have not done anything for the earth? Yet we'll wait for someone to save us. The real demon is not realizing the part you play in your own life. So subliminally planting these images and ideas that there's an all-pervading evil. It is, in my opinion, that this is nonsense. You may want to believe that there is some evil. You may want to believe that there are some demonic forces and demonic energies personally invested in destroying you in the world. Destroying you in the world. You may want to believe that, but I ask you this. If the parasite needs the host and there is no host, then what does it gain? Destroying the world does what to these demonic and malevolent energies? If it would need to cohabitat and live amongst you if this was the case. Okay? And also, the determining factor of these malevolent energies. How is it determined which side of the field that they are playing on? How would you understand if they view evil as good or good as evil? Because if they are attacking, if they demons to you and you allegedly good, then you under the perspective that you already understand their mindset. What? How do you know they don't view evil or the negative as the negative? That will work too, right? So, to be considering that we not only know that there is a dark malevolent energy being harnessed and created by this CERN particle accelerator, also the mindset of dark energies. You ever notice in movies the bad guy really be the good guy? This is what I'm saying. How do you know your demons or your devils is not on your side? They're already on your side because you created them. But how you know that they don't view the same things you view as an evil? Because you got to understand, what is the mindset of these malevolent energies? Why are they attacking? Why would they attack you? Do they see you as a negative Or do they see you as a positive? Are they attacking positives because positives are negatives in their realm? And if that's the case, it can also be considered, why wouldn't they attack negatives? Okay? And why couldn't negatives be positives in their realm if they against what's positive? That's what I mean. It's so many areas to explore in this philosophy. It can only be hypothesized. And these hypotheses are coming from no substantial evidence or proof. Also consider that. These belief systems that's creating these hypotheses have no substantial evidence or proof that can be offered to the general public. All of it is stemming from the idea that a person would hope and wish that they are correct. This coming from hoping and wishing that you're right. And you don't have to be right. This coming, you know how easy it is to convince yourself? People are having one-sided conversations with themselves when they speaking on the negative, when they speaking on CERN. They're having one-sided conversations with themselves. They start bringing up devils, ghouls, goblins, chakras, planetary alignments with no substantial evidence. All coming from their mindset that's also stemming from them being a negative and having a negative outlook. See, I'm a habitual optimist. I'm also a fighter and a winner. I do not take defeat easily. So, when I'm seeing this equation, it'll be hard to pitch to me that there is no win. No win? Just lose? Lose to the evils? Only one type of spirit come on this side? Not none of the spirits that I would think would be in my favor? What happened to those spirits? They just get skipped past. We talk about the bridge being open and these energies being invited. The dimensions have closed in on each other and they are coming in. Why would only negative energies come in? Why not the positive energies? And then, coincidentally, why are the rumors surrounding the demons and the malevolent energies, why are they always on the same side as the government? Why you want to hurt me like my government? Why you want to do to the same thing to me that these big corporations and big pharma wanted to do to me, these bankers? Why would that make sense to a demonic or malevolent energy? What gain would you have siding with the bankers, siding with the government? What could they offer you? Okay? Some of you may say souls, some of you may say spirit. No one can have your soul. You are soul. No one can have you. I know. No one can convince you to go bad. You was either gonna be bad or good anyway. I know. Yes, it would be that simple. So it's, what would be the gain of your demons and your devils? Taking life? Taking life? And if it's only going to take life, how will the parasite survive without the host? And wouldn't the host have to be a certain positive to even be a home for the parasite? Or is the parasite seeking out negatives? And if it's seeking out negative, why wouldn't it turn on its governing party that it seemed to have sided with? Why the demons on the government side? Do that make sense? They even said Lucifer, fallen angel. It was, come on now. Lucifer wasn't even on God's side. The governing parties. And in the Satanist religions, they understand when Lucifer went and told Eve that she bite that apple, she could be like God. They see it as Lucifer freeing people. See what I mean? It's just perspective. If Lucifer was liberating people, he ain't want to eat Eve. He ain't want to destroy Eve. He could have got her out of there. The apple could have been poisoned. Something about that devil is different. They don't unalive people. Notice that? Why the devil ain't never unalive nobody? Allegedly just torment and torture. The devil ain't even speak to that many people in the existence of the devil. I'm even skeptical of people that claim to spoke to the devil. The devil spoke to Eve. The devil spoke to the angels. When the conversation of Job came about. And then the devil allegedly tempted Jesus, which they say may have been in a story that was implanted. Like, who is without sin cast the first stone? Another story that was added. Constantine added stories. So in my understanding, even if that was the case, the devil ain't never spoke to humans other than Eve. Because they say Jesus the Son of God. And speaking during the court process in the conversation of Job, wasn't speaking to Job. So in the history of the devil seemed like it is scot-free. Devil ain't finna unalive nobody. Even conversate with nobody. I'm just, speaking with my semantical education. Okay? Apologetics is what I'm giving. I'm giving this a little Christian apologetics. I'm just giving us the facts. You go ahead and correct me when I'm wrong. I was a studying preacher. I have read that book over 60 times. Front and back to front. I even have it in its original tongue. In my reach too, not in my safe, in my reach. This close to me. Maybe a little bit far. This close to me. And speak the original tongue. I say all that to say, all this is because if we want to speak on who was doing the unaliving, the angel of the Lords went through and unalived a lot of people for the land flowing the milk and honey. And then mankind, some of the biggest energies and prophets, such as Moses. Remember Moses? Y'all remember Moses? Moses went through and slain a whole town. He had what? The plagues. Remember the plagues? Moses had them plagues. 12 of them, I believe. 10 or 12. Remember, he was slaying firstborns. Angel of the Lords. Not Satan. Satan ain't come through looking for babies to slay. And remember when Moses was writing the commandments? He wrote them twice. Remember? He came down the first time and dropped the commandments. Why? Because they was worshiping a gold calf. You remember the punishment? You remember when he had Aaron and his sister? Remember what he had them do? Bring all the generals together. He built fire pits and kicked people in the pits. Moses was ruthless. I say all that to say, what make you think these demons got a favoritism for your government? Why are they on the government side? This is the purpose of this conversation. Since we speaking on CERN, bringing in negative energies, malevolent energies, demons, ghouls, and goblins, and I guess they finna gobble you up and destroy your life for some type of gain to a spiritual being. A spiritual being has some type of gain. Are they collecting souls like Pokemon? And what you doing with the collection of souls? Coming back to life? The story, if you follow the breadcrumbs, it falls all apart. It is romanticism. Y'all done watched too many scary movies. Okay? Then I also asked this. I thought it was already demons, ghouls, and goblins here. I thought it was already demons, ghouls, and goblins here. Do they keep their job when the other demons get here? How did this work? I'm curious. How did this work? Do the demons, ghouls, and goblins keep their job when the alleged bridge that separate these dimensions bring the new demons, ghouls, and goblins here? Are they out of their job, or they got an army? And if the army only seek to destroy the world, I don't think the demons, ghouls, and goblins gonna have nowhere to go either. You know, heaven, hell, Sheol, Hades. You know, all of this is dependent, interdependent on each other. You think the sky don't need the earth? You think they don't need the stratosphere, the life in between? All of it is interdependent. What did this mean? No earth, no heaven, no hell. All of it finna go. And why would the demon destroy itself? You think it then came into the planet to commit suicide? These suicidal demons, we ain't got nothing to worry about. They suicidal. We ain't got nothing to worry about. See what I mean? Start falling apart. You follow them breadcrumbs, it start falling apart. The CERN rumors don't make sense. This is propaganda. This seems as if this is just another ploy for you to direct your attention and direct your energy on outside influences, so you never take the responsibility and accountability over life. I mean, your life and life in general. You never take the responsibility. You want to blame your ghouls, your goblins. You want to convince yourself that science can do something, okay, that doesn't even make sense. We're not saying if science can do it or not. We saying if they can do it, what sense does it make to anything? And what logic? And if somebody got all this information, that means they talking to the ghouls and goblins. So if you could talk to the ghouls and goblins already, then what point is the door? What point is the machine? What point is it? If you could talk to the ghouls and goblins, what point is it? And if you're bringing them here to destroy the earth, that destroys their own self, because the earth is heaven and hell is interdependent on each other. They coexist. Heaven need hell, hell need heaven. It need to be a up for it to be a down for it to be a up, and it also need to be life in the middle. It has to be a mediator. It got to be going, whatever. This is also considering these are real places and not mindsets. Because if we consider they mindsets, then the ghouls, goblins, and demons are also you again in your mindsets. Why we keep letting people convince us that unknown life is evil? This also demonizes life. Why is unknown life evil, malevolent, and seeking to harm you? It puts you at a point to where as though you are self-centered. You thinking this is all about you. It's all about you, huh? There's some goodness you finna do that you ain't do yet. You finna save the world from these malevolent. Imagine the world needs saving from humans, and you running around praying and trying to save it from alleged ghosts, ghouls, spirits, and goblins that still couldn't break the rules of their dimensions. Because from my perspective, in this reality, a thing need to be physical to even harm me. You think somebody can think me to danger? I don't care what you think about me. I bet you it don't work. I bet you your thoughts don't materialize. That's gonna go up in smoke. Soon as it leave you, it's gonna go in the smoke, right in the air. It'll never reach me. If that was the case, people have been thinking the world back to righteous. If that was the case, people would just thought. We talking about the greatest thinkers and spiritualists in the world would have got together and zapped the government to being good and just zapped world hunger and just zapped world disease. Y'all better take some time out and beat the demons to this plastic. We got a plastic epidemic. I'm a man. I got real problems to be worried about. It's a plastic epidemic. It's hormonal warfare. Why do the demons, ghouls, and goblins, why are we using warfare within this reality? Hormonal warfare, chemical warfare, spiritual warfare, gender warfare, social warfare, physical war. Why is all these warfares in this reality if we got ghouls and goblins that can be anywhere at all times? And where was they in these old times? These elder books ain't speaking these demons, ghouls, and goblins. In that Bible, we ain't read too much about the demons, ghouls. We read about man. Man. Demons, ghouls, and goblins. You made that up. You allow somebody to make these stories up and implant them in your mind. Because as far as in my understanding, the Satan energy in the Bible only talked to Eve and ain't even heard her. He said, go ahead, girl, you go ahead and eat your apple. Could have tripped her, could have choked her, could have did anything. He said, go ahead, baby, you go ahead and eat your apple. A piece of fruit. And took the fruit to her man. They vegans. The man told the woman what God said. She don't know nothing about what Adam talking about. She never met God. Eve never met God. Adam met God and told her. So we also teaching a woman that she shouldn't stand on her own toes and go follow her own intuition. Her intuition said, it's a piece of fruit. This a piece of fruit. I finna eat this. I ate every other fruit here. He talking about some figure that only he see. It's in his mind. He keep talking about, the Lord said we shouldn't do this. She by herself. Serpent slid right up on her. He said that. He said that. That's what he said. First off, he lying. Told her what she already knew. First off, he lying. He just don't want you to become like him, equal. No right or wrong, good and bad. Cause you ain't human now, you a woman. You should be subservient to a man. Like she can't use her intuition to determine right or wrong. And that's what it said. Now God don't want you to become like God, no good and evil. So what I'm saying is, the devil ain't spent too much. He ain't got too much screen time in these books. Devil ain't got too much screen time. Imagine that. You'd have been convinced to be in fear your whole life of this energy. And the energy ain't got too much screen time. The energy ain't earned too much of its negative reputation. Disagreeable with certain things, that's fair. So now we in the future, we supposed to believe this energy have assumed the whole army now that is hell bent on destroying the world and the people in it. Where was all this energy at then? Where was all this energy? You mean to tell me there is a legion meaning army? There is a legion on the other side of reality waiting to destroy us. I think they can tell those fairy tales to babies. You can't tell that to grown men and women. I want us to stop being tossed to and fro by the rumors of war. The rumors of malevolent energies out there to harm you. The hocus pocus of life. And you focus on reality. You stay present. Life needs you. You don't need to be building new mental and spiritual enemies within your own mind. Life needs you. There are some physical adversaries here that bleed. Okay? And you need to harness and muster up whatever energy it will require for you to fight for yourself, for you to fight for life, for you to rebel against those that are against your evolution and your liberation. Okay? So nevertheless, this is my opinion on CERN and the particle accelerator. Okay? Shall this content have helped you in any way, shape, or form, even if it entertained you, even if you pulled one jewel out of it that you can go ahead and make you some jewelry from. I want you to share this video. I want you to cut those post notifications on because I will be back. We'll do this until the end of days. We're going to conversate. We're going to be community and we're going to commune. Okay? I tend not to be the author of confusion. I tend to alleviate all confusion before I leave the earth and return the power back to you. If you like being powerful, you go ahead and put that subscribe button. If you like being powerful, okay? You go ahead and make sure you save this video. Go ahead and watch the previous ones that led up to this conversation, okay? And make sure you're there for the next ones. That's if you like being powerful. Your power is your riches. Okay? Be not impoverished by your own thoughts. Be not impoverished by your own emotions. Be not impoverished, but be rich. Be enriched mentally, spiritually, and physically. And for that matter, our slogan is let's get rich. Thank you.